Hey, Love and Brief listeners, it's Resonant, yes. We're about to get into a fantastic short episode that is like a bit of a CAPCon SideQuest preview. It's kind of exciting, even for somebody like me who is not able to go. It's kind of exciting to hear about all of these things, but I'm just giving you a FOMO warning now. If you're like me and you can't go, you might get some FOMO during this episode. But I hope you listen anyway. Also, I'm going to ask, it's that time of year again. I'm going to ask you to join our Love and Brief New Year's celebration. I would absolutely love it if you could join our celebration. The way that you can do that is by loaning your voice to Love and Brief. Here's what I'm asking for. If you could, send me a short audio recording, 60 seconds or less, about what made you grateful for your ABDL kink this year. What made you glad to have an ABDL kink this year? What awesome things did it bring to your life? What warm fuzzies did you get? What was one fantastic moment? What made you grateful for your ABDL kink this year? We spend a lot of time talking about some of the challenges that come with an ABDL kink, but once a year I like to just stop and just talk about our gratitude, because this part of us can be really awesome. Here's how you can do that. Send a voice recording to me. You can either send it to loveandbrief@gmail.com. You can go on Instagram and send it to the Love and Brief Instagram account. It's just Love and Brief. That's the account. You can send it to me on Instagram. I'm at Resonant Yes. Or you could, I guess, try and get it to me on Tumblr. Is that a thing? I don't think you can send audio on Tumblr. Maybe that's not a thing. But I'm Resonant Yes on there too. So Love and Brief Instagram account. You can even you record it right in the direct message function on Instagram. Or you can record it on your computer or your phone, send it to me at loveandbrief@gmail.com. I do not keep email addresses. I won't be sending you anything. I take that audio, I download it, and I delete the email. So you don't have to worry about me holding on to that. Can't wait to hear from you. I'll mention it again at the end of the episode, but please, by the 30th of December, send me your audio so that you can be part of our Love and Brief New Year special. Thanks so much. Let's get on with the episode.
Welcome to Love in Brief, a brief ABDL podcast about issues of love. Love for self.
Yep.
Love for partners.
Yep.
Love for community.
Yep.
And love for giant conventions.
Giant conventions.
The biggest in the world.
Yeah, man. I mean, so this one was hard for me because I just have so much excitement that everybody else gets to go to it. And I have such serious FOMO that I don't get to go, that I have been psyching myself up for this conversation.
Yes.
Because I know it's going to get me like even more in the depths of FOMO. But I'm so excited for you and for everybody else who is going to
CAPCon SideQuest. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's 2 weeks away from the day we are recording this, which is unbelievable to me.
Yep.
But I'm very excited for it. So if you haven't listened to it yet, you can go back to episode 122. We recorded a few months ago and kind of get an overview. But as we promised in that episode, we have today Nito, the communications director for CAPCon. And we're going to talk through some of the specifics since we're getting so close now. So welcome to Love and Brief. Nito, tell us about your love.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nito. I am in love with the new hotel. I haven't been there yet, but I'm really, really excited about the hotel that we're using for SideQuest. As we said in our prior emails, we're not done with the old hotel that I almost named, but I'm glad that I didn't, even though I know you could edit it out. I enjoyed that hotel a lot, and I have a lot of fond memories there, but this new one is very cool. And I will save some of the surprises and the coolest parts for people to attend to see it for themselves. And then, maybe we can debrief after, right? Love and debrief.
Oh, yeah. That's a fine idea.
Yeah.
That's good.
Spin-off podcast.
Yep.
I think it's very exciting. I think it's a great new opportunity. And no matter what our calendar of events looks like in the future, I think it's awesome that we have a space that we can potentially utilize for future events in addition to the one that we've used before.
Yeah, and in our previous conversation just a few weeks ago, we talked a lot about sort of what is SideQuest and how is it different. So I think like we kind of get this really cool feel that this is more of a sort of an experimental place, a place to try new things, that CAPCon can try new things. It seems a bit more engaged in the sense that people are kind of creating their own experience in some ways. What we didn't get was what's actually happening. We got a few little hints, but what can you share with us, Nito, about what's actually happening? I don't want to ruin anybody's surprise, but I do want folks to get real excited with you.
I'm most excited for the Tavern. And the Tavern is our implementation of the cabaret concept for SideQuest. It's being run by pretty much the same folks. And there's going to be quests that you can engage in at the Tavern. I even favorited this on my schedule on the CAPCon portal. There's little hearts next to the events that are going to happen. Teddy, I don't know if you looked at that. And you can.
Oh, I
favorited
favorited those already. Yep, the quest
Beautiful.
every day. Excited.
And it says, come join us for a quest throughout the hotel with a different and unique quest each day. Use the clues to collect trinkets along the way. Start your quest at any time from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and finish before 2 p.m.
It's a
Upon
scavenger
successful
hunt.
completion of the quest, a special ending is in store. Can you guess what it might be? And I'm assuming it means something other than wetting your pants.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So wait, so people get to go on these quests, collect
trinkets,
and then if they finish the quest, there's some. I was going to say happy ending, but that's not what I meant. Yeah.
No, it says special ending. It
special
specifically
ending.
does
Thank
not
you.
say
Special
happy.
ending.
Right?
Okay.
It probably is
you know,
also
what you
happy.
do in the privacy of your hotel room is your business. I understand that we will not be providing CAPCon sponsored happy endings
Yes,
for completing
indeed.
quests.
Just special
You may
endings.
be happy as
special.
a result of the ending of the quest, but it will not be a capital H, capital E happy ending.
That's
Just to be
great
clear.
Thank you for the
clarification.
clarification,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you for that. So that's super fun.
This is a kink podcast. I figured I had to specify.
Yes, I appreciate that. That's super fun. And did you say you in the portal, because I know the portal is a lot more robust this year, you can go through and sort of select the ones you want to do?
Exactly. This is what we wanted to achieve for CAPCon last year. I know that there was some animosity about the schedule. We appreciate your understanding with last year's schedule. I actually built it myself right when it got released. I worked nonstop over the course of that weekend to make sure we could have a schedule out because our previous plans fell through. So this year, from the ground up, we've been working on the portal, and the schedule is a very important module of the portal. It shows you both the events that are happening and the vendors. So if you click to the vendors tab of the schedule, you can see our great vendors who will be present and what their info and opening hours will be. But if you go back to the schedule again, I'm clicking through this in real time, and it loads very quickly. You can see all of the days. There's an option to filter by category, so you can filter by day, space, event type, audience, or ticket required. So, stuff like the buffets or any events that might require an additional ticket. And then there's blue categories for the type of activity it is, pink categories for the location, green categories that tell you who it's targeted for. So there are some that are for littles, some for middles, some for bigs. What's a good example? The classrooms are listed. The tavern one says tavern. So you can see what's going on and where and make your plans appropriately. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, you can heart the events that you're interested in for quick access when you review the schedule.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
it's really cool.
It's been a game changer for me already.
That's so
just
cool.
planning out my schedule, getting everything set. I'm an accountant. I love Excel files, but this is better. So I'm really, really pleased with how this has gone so far. I feel like I can kind of go in with a plan. And the thing that I always tell people too is you go in with a plan, things are going to shift. You show up, you have the intentions of going to 2 classes, 3 classes a day. Suddenly some friends come up and say, hey, you want to go to lunch? It's going to happen. But just having that plan going in my experience, has been great. So really happy with the portal so far. Speaking of the portal, there's some other awesome events that I just kind of went through this afternoon and listed off. So sounds like there's a couple of dance parties going on. So and that's always a pretty big hit.
There are.
Yeah, I know one of the big ones.
I can't even tell you about because they're not published yet. But there's in addition to all the stuff that's on there, we've got a couple that I can see are in draft status, and I'm looking forward to trying to get those confirmed so that you guys can see them as quickly as possible. One more thing I want to highlight before we move on to the actual event stuff, Teddy, is Once you've saved those hearted events, you'll see that at the top of the schedule page, it'll say that it's saved to My CAPCon, and that's one of the options on the left-hand side. You'll see the bottle icon next to it. If you click on it, it's got the stuff like the hotel address, badge agreement, all that, but it also has a My Schedule, and so this will show you just the stuff that you've signed up for.
That's great.
And that all activates after you've purchased your badge, confirmed. That's when you kind of get the official...
Exactly right. It
Right.
all opens up to you once you've gotten past the vetting and buy badge section.
Okay, good.
Yep. And I mean, just the FAQs and everything else too. It's been very helpful for me to plan.
Yeah.
So I guess, if you want to dive into some of the more specifics, my first question for you, I guess, is how do you get to the event? Because I saw in one of the FAQs that there might be a shuttle from the airport.
Oh, yes. So we are hoping to have a shuttle in place. Conversations with the hotel are ongoing about that. We want to make sure that there's availability to do that. If we can make it happen, we will. And if it is going to happen, we will communicate about it. It was in the original plan. But of course, as you understand, especially with this time of year and staffing, we want to make sure that the hotel is able to commit, the manpower, people power necessary to have that hotel shuttle in place.
Sure.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Well, it's a brand new hotel, brand new event and everything, so it's a lot to work out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so once you're at the event, I know personally a lot of folks that are actually going for their first time. I was trying to go through my list of friends that I've heard from, like, yeah, Teddy, I'm so excited to go, and I think it's over 24 at this point.
Yeah.
So once you're there,
that's amazing.
I know. I'm so pleased with it, and I think what Alexi and Kane said last time was like this is a great event for that. It's almost like a sandbox of just going and having a new experience. So one thing I picked out from the schedule was that there's this first-time attendee mixer the day that the convention starts. Do you know anything about that, or like would you recommend it to folks as a kind of an easing in event?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So one thing we did, in fact, we did this last year, and it's run by Green Knees, our hospitality director. Super nice guy. If you haven't met
I love
him,
Green Knees.
Exactly. Salt of the earth individual.
So cool.
One of my favorite people on
Incredible
staff.
Person.
I mean, it's hard to pick favorites, but what Green Knees does is he makes people feel welcome and connects them with information they need, both about the event itself and the surrounding area. And he is just such a loving, welcoming, accepting individual that I think really embodies the idea of what the convention is all about.
Totally.
I think he's really great at helping people get over the anxiety they have about attending an event of this nature, being there alone, any of those things that, when I attended my first CAPCon in 2020, I was feeling all of that. He was so welcoming. Wow. And he basically had this idea for last year to take that energy and bring a whole bunch of people together to celebrate it and to get those jitters out in a group. Nice. And it was massively well attended, and so we've decided to make it an ongoing tradition and to make sure that this is something that we keep doing because it's such a successful event, and it helps break down the barriers that people might feel about the community because, when I attended my first time, I felt like I don't know any of these people. I don't know how to talk to them. Like I'm all anxious because, this is a kink community, right? You're participating in a space where people are consenting to all be present because they share this interest, but you don't necessarily feel comfortable talking to someone that you don't know because you don't want to make them uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I feel that deep down in my soul. I mean, it's a little bit of an anxiety that I have this year.
Sure.
Some of the folks that I spent the most time with aren't able to make it because they've got family obligations, which I totally get. And I'm looking forward to seeing the folks that I do know, but even the folks that I don't know, even being a director, fancy badge, whatever, it's very intimidating to talk to people you've never met before.
Mm-hmm.
I think
so this is great. This is a great little icebreaker, a way to
for sure.
an intentional event. Because I was thinking back during your talking about Green Knees here. Exactly my experience too with Summer Cap in 2022. Within the first 24 hours, I had moments of being terrified, and I went to my room because I was like, I don't know what to do. Why am I here? And then, within the first 24 hours, Green Knees was there and just like the kindest person.
Yeah.
And was, So to have him leading this event the first night, I think that's a great way for folks, whether it's your first time or like, myself and Nito, if you've been there many times, it's a great way to kind of set the stage and get a little more comfortable. We all need to kind of ease into it.
And what's really nice about it is people who have been many times but want to create that welcoming environment do attend this event and make themselves known. So it's easy for you to make friends with people who, are your relative bigs, even if they're not necessarily bigs themselves. Mm-hmm. They can sort of show you the ropes, metaphorically hold your hand and get you eased in emotionally to the space. I think that breaking down those barriers and getting past that anxiety for yourself is a really important part of getting familiar with CAPCon and having a great time.
Yeah, and those of us who have been a bunch, I think a lot of us have that heart that you're describing for new people. And like, we want you to have an awesome time, right? Yep. People who have been there a bunch, at some point, like your focus, of course, you're still there to have a great time, but you're also there to welcome new folks and watch them light up for the first time. So having a forum to do that is awesome. I love that.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's one of my favorite parts of the convention, and seeing all those people be so excited last year was just magical.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one other event that I know I'm really, really excited about is the trip to Mall of America. That is I just
bought my bus fare for that, actually.
Amazing. Nice. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. I was actually at the mall years and years ago, and I had the best time ever at that amusement park. So now to think of having a takeover event with ABDL friends in that space sounds incredible. So is there any other details you can tell us about that? Maybe any deadlines around making sure you can go?
Yes, absolutely. The bus ticket, because we do have to reserve enough buses for everyone, and there is a turnaround on that. There's a deadline of December 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Central, and I believe those times are localized on the portal, but at the very least, we have a listing of the times now from popular cities on the portal. So December 22nd is the last day to buy your bus ticket if you want to ride with others on the bus to get from the hotel and back. It's a one-time $25 fee to accommodate the bus drivers and the hiring of the buses and all that. If you want to Uber yourself or carpool with people, that's also perfectly fine. But we wanted to make sure that people had an easy option so that you can just, pay a couple dollars and not have to worry about it. And that's what I'll be doing. And the theme park pass, you also have to reserve. You can do it on the same page as the bus ticket. It's all in the portal. You'll see it on the right-hand side while you're logged in. So you can select park ticket and bus fare, or you can choose just park ticket, whichever. The ticket is free, but because we have to provide head count and get that resolved with the park folks, there is a deadline for that of December 31st. And this is also listed on the portal. The other deadline that I want to highlight to everyone is meal tickets. The hotel has asked us to have people buy tickets in advance for the buffets that are going to be offered this year. And there are details about the meal menus for the buffet in the schedule section. So you can look at what's being served and decide whether you want to buy tickets for those. But you can buy meal tickets on the portal as well. And we ask that there's check boxes so you can check which meals you want to purchase, breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night snack, and you can describe any dietary requirements you may have, and that will go through as a purchase, and you'll get that credited to your account so that the hotel can have a head count for how much food they have to cook. That's new this year. It's an ongoing conversation that we're having with them, but based on how this event is shaking out, this is something that they've asked us to do, and since this is our first time there, we're trying to be good attendees.
Yeah.
It's so cool that you can operate at that level, that I could look today at what they're going to serve, decide what I want, do it all in the portal, and show up with whatever dietary restrictions or concerns I have, knowing that part's already taken care of.
Yep.
And not only that, if you're looking at the page for the purchase, there's a little menu module next to each checkbox, and you can just click it and it pops up what the items will be that day.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah,
we're really taking this portal opportunity to be very, very thorough in providing as much context as possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I know in past cons, I've been guilty. One of the ones that are guilty of not eating. Just kind of get so wrapped up in the process. So having those, built-in meals,
very, very naughty.
I do my best. I'm a busy bear at these conventions.
You are a busy teddy bear.
I run around. Yeah. I'm curious on that note with the meals. Are there any other food options in the hotel? I think in the past there was a grab and go option. Things like that.
That is something that we are working on. So there is a nice little page that says eating at the hotel, and it describes alternative food options. So the restaurant and lounge on the first floor will be open during meal times throughout the convention.
Fancy.
So there's a menu selection. Tipping is encouraged when in the restaurant and bars.
Sure.
And then there also should be a grab and go as well. Cash and major credit cards will be accepted, but the payment apps, so like tapping your phone, will not be accepted. So you should bring a credit card. Additionally, just like prior years, diapers must be covered while in the restaurant, lounge, and buffet rooms.
Yep. Where there's food out, diapers are covered.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
When I first heard from Alexi and Kane about this amusement park takeover, my mind was blown. Then for you to come back and go, look, not only are we taking over an amusement park, but we are providing it for free. How is that even? I mean, you don't have to explain the finances to me, but how is that even possible? That's so cool.
We wanted to do something really special for SideQuest, and we were hoping that this would get people excited about it.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily promise that it's going to be a thing that repeats in future years, but it's definitely, for this being our first event in this space, in this area, we wanted people to have a really unique opportunity, and we think SideQuest is that opportunity.
My mind is just blown. Like the fact that you did it at all was amazing. The fact that you're providing
It's very
it
cool.
for free
I'm looking forward
is
to it. I've never
nuts.
been.
Yeah, I've never been either.
It's going to be great.
That's so cool.
So I know in the past, one of the big hits has been the play spaces, all the different playrooms, middle rooms, nurseries, sensory room, all that sort of stuff. So are there any exciting new developments, anything that people can expect with this new iteration of CAPCon?
So originally, SideQuest was going to be a slightly scaled back version of our regular event. And then it became, of course, the flagship event for the year after we unfortunately weren't able to make the September dates work. There was something that we said in the original announcements and descriptions of SideQuest, and that was that the Jungle Gym would not be present based on capacity concerns. Now, I can't say this for 99% certain because I just saw it today, and I have to talk to the folks involved to make sure that it's actually true. But I'm looking at my schedule right now, and my schedule says that the flagship Jungle Gym is back.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice.
And that the playground is available for most of each day and is open to all.
Oh, folks love the playground.
Big hit.
I mean,
They
all
sure
day,
do.
all night. There's people like climbing around all the time.
Who doesn't love to go down a giant slide really fast?
Of
Yeah,
course.
It's great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I think climbing up a thing and then sliding down it is like the most little thing you can do other than sleeping in a crib.
Yep. Which is another thing.
Yep.
The crib room.
Wow. Isn't that interesting?
Good segue.
I can't believe that I segued like that on purpose. Isn't that great?
That's like teeing up your own ball, then hitting it out of the park.
I know.
Yeah.
It's almost like I work on communications. That's crazy. We do have giant cribs that will be present at SideQuest. I believe Kane and Alexi may have talked about this already. Something that we did this year that we'll look forward to bringing back in future years is we have reserved and built a supply of cribs for people to have in their hotel rooms as part of an upgrade offer. Quite exciting. And then, of course, we will have cribs for public use as well in the spaces.
Oh, my gosh.
So we are going big on crib-related investments for SideQuest and beyond.
I love that you guys went all in on the cribs this year. That's really, really cool.
I mean, they're one of our most popular options, right?
For sure.
Even as a director, it's very difficult for me to get some time in a crib. And so I think that this was a very popularly felt sentiment, especially and including among staff. And so the feedback was provided to senior leadership that we should have more cribs, and work has begun to satisfy that demand.
Awesome.
I look forward to seeing how that manifests this year and in future years, but please note that your crib-related desires have been heard.
Crib-related
And,
desires.
we have to cover the cost of producing these and storing them and maintaining them. So, of course, the ones in your room were upgrades, and we're building these from scratch for the first time to have them at SideQuest. So that does come with a cost, and it will probably come with a cost in future years because it just does cost us money to make that happen.
Of course.
But the fact that we can make it happen at all, and especially in such a unique and special space, I mean, I just think that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I could rent this crib room, walk into my room on day one, my bed is gone. And there's a crib in there.
Depending on the room.
Okay.
Some of them I think you keep your bed. But yes.
Okay. That's wild.
Just going to
even just walking in and it's there.
Going to a convention and sleeping in a crib.
That's
that's
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Where else can you do that?
Oh my gosh.
So I know another thing I always tell people about CAPCon who ask, it's kind of, you can make it your own thing. For example, my first time going, I was a little more shy. I wasn't really, as out there in the community. And so I kind of treated it more like a diaper convention. Like I went there, I went to classes, I learned about things.
It's not that, right?
Right, exactly. That's what I mean.
You're going.
Yeah, it's like you can do whatever you want to there. So in my mind, it's a diaper convention. It's a shopping spree.
Yep.
It's you can go there and be in headspace, like with the cribs, for example. You can go there and just have fun, stay up late, and hang out with friends. You can do a lot of different things.
Yep.
You could be very, very naughty.
You can
be very naughty.
Oh my gosh,
especially if you attend the darkroom orientation.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's a great segue. Weird. So how does that work this year? Because I know in the past at the last CAPCon there was a new QR code system that might have been implemented. But how does that work for this year?
That's a great question for the darkroom folks. I don't know how we are managing that data currently. I know that we have it. I don't know if it's making it to production for this year, because a lot of our efforts were focused on building out infrastructure, and deploying it is a second step.
Yeah.
We do want to get to a place where we have infrastructure support for, people who have been to orientations before, making it easier for them to return, including needed items, things of that nature. This year, I believe that we're treating it like prior years where, if you've been before, you still have to attend this time. However, there should be plenty of capacity for orientation this time around. And the way that Darkroom works is you have to get orientated to the Darkroom. You have to attend training, essentially, about how to play safely and what the expectations of our Darkroom and our space are. And you have to be well-behaved. And if you're not well-behaved, and I don't mean in a kink sense, I mean if you do not respect the rules of consent and the expectations of the darkroom, you will not only be asked to leave, it will be thrust upon you.
Well, and I should pause just for a moment and say, for those who have never been to a CAPCon and they're wondering why the photography focus, that's not what a dark room is. A dark room is a place where you can do sort of typically BDSM kind of things, like bondage and spankings and impact play and all kinds of dark age play.
Yeah, and here I was thinking it was just a room with no lights.
Yeah, so, just a very dark room.
Better. Yeah. No.
So anyways, I thought I'd throw that out there in case folks have not been to one of these and they're not sure what a dark room is. By the way, the dark room training, I actually look forward to it every year. And as much as I enjoy a good TSA pre-check, sail through, pass, I like revisiting the rules of consent. I like hearing for
really
the 15th time.
It is.
So, I mean, I'm all in to go back every year anyway, because I like that there's a whole room full of people agreeing on our rules of consent.
Right. And there you go, right? So there's something for everybody there. If you want to be more naughty and lean into your BDSM side, there's a space for that too. The other one I mentioned too was shopping, right? So tell us a little bit about the vendors. How does that kind of line up for this year?
Oh my God, there's so many vendors, you guys. The nice thing about this hotel and more space is that there's a lot of vendors. We've got 9 major vendors: AB Dealer, ABU. Oh, by the way, this is, I think, alphabetical order. This is not preferential order. We've got AB Dealer, ABU, Crinkles, Little Troubles, Lovely Marks, North Shore, ODU, Tykables, and Your Little Space. And Your Little Space, by the way, I want to highlight them in particular because they're the folks from the CAPCon staff who are building the cribs.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
And you can buy your own.
I was going to say, could you sleep in a crib room and then just take it home with you?
I don't think that you could take it home with you.
Okay, that makes sense. You'd have to disassemble it.
I don't have a good answer for you on that.
That makes sense.
Maybe, question mark?
But you could buy one.
You could certainly order one. That's right.
Yep,
That's right.
yeah.
And they make a bunch of toys and merch. And they've got, I'm just looking at their website right now. They also have a high chair.
Yes.
And a play gym.
Specifically the high chairs. Fun. I was at AB Dealer in Denver and they have one of them out there. It is fantastic.
Really?
So this isn't an advertisement. I personally thought it was really cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's very, very cool. And then there's a new one. There's a Stellar Transition Crib Kit.
What is that?
it basically transforms the IKEA Kura twin bed into a crib.
Oh,
Cool.
Well, that's fun.
So many new things in this community. I love it.
I know.
I love seeing this.
I love
so
everybody getting engaged and making stuff.
Yeah,
I love that.
And I know even just beyond the vendors that you listed, Nito, I know there's the town square area too, which I'm actually part of. I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
But just lots of opportunities for people to experience new products and maybe find new facets of the community that are just. I mean, they've never even thought of maybe having a high chair or a crib.
Yep.
So going there and seeing these things in person for the first time, like it's just. To just wrap it all up for me, it's just a transformational experience. You've spent a lot of your life kind of in hiding, keeping things within yourself, and then you go to this random hotel and you walk inside, and suddenly there's hundreds, thousands of people that are dressed however they want to be dressed, and there's just this aura of acceptance.
Yep.
And there's nowhere else like it. So I guess on that note, is there anything else that you feel like we should highlight before we wrap this up?
Oh man, anything else?
There's a lot, I know.
I want to encourage people, if you're not coming to SideQuest, not to get too much FOMO, not because it's not going to be amazing. Oh my God, I can't wait for SideQuest. I've been looking forward to this.
eyes right now, he's like, oh.
I know. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm going to miss you so much. I had so much fun with you and Lola 2024.
Likewise. I know. But I can live with my FOMO because I will know that all of my friends are having an awesome time. So
that's right.
That's right. Worth it.
And what I want to say is, there's some amount of FOMO that's going to happen, and I don't have anything to share today about when our next event after SideQuest will be. But what I think is really exciting about SideQuest is it's given us an opportunity in a number of ways to think about what's important to CAPCon and how we deliver on it in a really significant fashion. It's shown us what we can do to think creatively, and also how we can continue improving the stuff that we do every single year. And we're looking forward to, we got really great feedback from attendees after CAPCon 2024, the good and the bad, right? People had plenty that they wanted to see improved. And that feedback was really, really helpful for us thinking about not just how can we do another event at the hotel that we've done in the past, but what can we do in terms of new spaces? What can we do to deliver better on the stuff that we've always done? How can we as an organization continue improving and continue delivering the best ABDL events in the world? Because that's really what we're here to do. This is something that we all do because we're passionate about it. I don't get paid for CAPCon, and I don't think anybody really does. If anything, people are getting maybe reimbursed on a lot of the staff expenses that we take on to make our departments run. And I'm just really, really grateful for all the work that goes into it and the number of people who are required to make it happen. Our volunteer list and our staff list grows every year in order to support bigger and more inclusive events. And we're committed to that opportunity. As you said, Teddy, a lot of new folks attending this time. That's what we want to see on an ongoing basis. We've heard the feedback about making sure that not just past attendees, but new folks can try to get a badge as well. And we think SideQuest is a great opportunity for that this time around. And we're looking forward to delivering more and more on scales that you guys feel is really exciting.
Well said, my friend.
Yeah. And truthfully, I know that even though I don't get to go to this one, I get to benefit from everything that you're experimenting with and all the things you're learning and all the new fun things you're trying out.
Yes.
Because the next event, I get to benefit from all those things too.
And I'll be sure to describe everything I do in excruciating detail when I get back, RY.
Please do.
Listen, in the meantime, you can always come visit Chicago. Teddy and I had a blast.
Yeah, actually, I'll just come hang out with you. It's
a fun city.
Yeah, it is a fun city. That sounds awesome. Nito, thank you for doing this, and just a huge thanks to everybody who works so hard to put CAPCon, and in this case, CAPCon SideQuest on. It's, as you said, it's a labor of love, and I'm just so grateful you guys do it. And thanks for sharing that with us. I can't wait to do, as you said, a love and debrief afterwards to find out how it went.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Also, just one last plug. Folks will, they heard at the beginning of this episode, but I'm going to plug here at the end as well that, this is coming out right before Christmas, which is right before New Year's. So our annual New Year's special episode is a chance to celebrate what makes being an ABDL person awesome. So we are asking you, yes, you, please, to send us a short 1 minute or less audio recording about what makes you grateful to be an ABDL this year. What awesome things did being an ABDL bring to your life? What awesome things did this kink bring into your life? We want to celebrate that. And if you send us a voice recording, you can introduce yourself or not, if you want to kind of remain anonymous, but send it to Love in Brief. That's on Instagram. It's a special account that just got started this year, thanks to Teddy.
Ooh.
Or you can send it to me, Resonant Yes, on Tumblr. Or where else?
loveandbrief@gmail.com.
Yep.
Always a good one. And if you do send us an email, no worries about your email or privacy or us spamming you. We will just take the audio from that, plug it in the episode track, and delete the email afterwards.
And some folks are real nervous about sharing their voice. So if you want to send a written one, that's okay too. But I really, really love when I can hear voices from the community.
Yes, it's always special.
Can I share mine? Can I do mine right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm really grateful for being an ABDL because I have met so many incredible people through CAPCon and through online spaces. And I want to give a special shout out to the Goddess Girls who I met at CAPCon 2023 and got to spend a lot of time with last year, or I guess this year, at CAPCon 2024. They are some of the most lovely folks in the whole wide world and really loving mommies, babysitters. I recommend that you go give them a look if you are looking for some attention.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Look how easy that was, folks.
So easy.
Nito, well done. Yeah, so do that. I'm going to add Nito's, but I want yours too. Send those in to me. Again, Instagram, you can actually just send them as a DM. You can record your voice right in the Instagram app and send it to Love and Brief.
Oh,
you can
that's
send
fun.
it Resonant Yes on Tumblr. You can send it to loveandbrief@gmail.com. Or if you're one of the 600 people that Teddy hangs out with in the community every year, you could just hand it to him. But cannot wait to hear your voice. And then immediately after our New Year's episode, to hear about the great time everybody's having at SideQuest.
Can't wait.
And with that, this has been another special short episode of Love in Brief.